What's up guys, it's Alex. Why do people like Street Glide so much? Why do people like Harley-Davidson Street Glides so much? First off, to a pansy, warm, southern type person like me, it's really cold today, so that's why, you know, all this. Anyway, moving on. I get the question all the time from people here in the shop, why do people like Harley Street Glide so much? Why do Street Glides hold their value so well? Why do they usually seem to be so expensive, even used? Why is it the best-selling bike Harley's got? What is it about the Street Glide? What is the secret sauce? Why do people love Street Glides so much? So I figured I would do a quick video to explain this from an objective, unbiased, like non-Harley guy point of view, which I do like Harleys. I like a lot of Harleys. I like them for what they are, but I'm not a, you know, straight Harley guy or Harley fanboy or anything. Nothing wrong with that. If you love Harley-Davidson, bing, good for you. Anyway, Street Glides. I'm going to explain in as short amount of time as possible why people love Street Glides, okay? So, first of all, Street Glides. This is a Street Glide. Here's what people love so much about Street Glides in the Harley world, okay? Street Glides are a Harley touring bike, or in the touring family, but they are missing the trunk pack and a lot of the lower pieces and taller windshield that you would usually get on Harley's full-on touring bike, which would be the Electric Glide series, the Ultra Classic. Street Glide technically is an Electric Glide, but your full-on Harley touring bike is the Ultra Classic. Comes with a lot more stuff on it. So, first off, people love Street Glides because you get a touring bike with bags and a fairing and everything on it on the touring frame and touring suspension, so it rides nice, it's comfortable, but it's not quite so bulky and heavy and have all that extra stuff. If you're not going coast to coast or all over the place, you don't necessarily need the extra trunk and the extra wind protection and everything like that. So you get a touring bike on the touring frame that's comfortable for long rides, but is a little bit more light and manageable and you could deal with for just running around, you know, just running around town, running around, bar hopping, whatever you're going to do with it, okay? So that's first of all. Second off, a Street Glide, for being a touring bike, has a really low seat height. Most of your touring bikes, including Gold Wings, Yamaha Ventures, the Kawasaki Voyagers, Harley's Ultra Classics, most of your touring bikes have a much taller seat height. Aside from that, Street Glides look cool. They're really the bike that put the whole bagger thing and the whole custom bagger like subcategory of bikes into popularity and put it on the map. Harley took the touring frame and they kind of like lowered the ass end of it to make kind of a nice, low, sleek, very aesthetically pleasing form to the bike. So they look cool. They ride good. They've got a lower seat height on them. They look cool, okay? People also like Street Glides because they tend to inherently hold their value. And because the fact that they hold their value and people like them, that means people continue to buy them, they stay sought after. That creates a whole cycle of holding their value. Because they became popular to begin with, more people bought them, hang on to them, they bring more money used, which is just a self-fulfilling prophecy cycle of them holding their value. Also, from my understanding, even when Street Glides first came out, they only came with the bigger 96 cubic inch motor and the 6-speed transmission, and since then you can always get Street Glides with whatever the current latest greatest best motor is. You know, so for a few years it was the 96 and the 6-speed, then it was the 103 and the 6-speed, and when I've got them used, those are still the most popular ones I ever have. The 103 motor with the 6-speed seems to be kind of a magical combination for most Harley fans with the Street Glide. Not to say some of the newer ones aren't good. I know you guys, some of you guys love the ones after the 103, but just with the ones I have used, people love that 103 and the 6-speed in them, okay? So that was another thing, is I don't think the Street Glide ever came with a 5-speed transmission. I think it's always been a 6-speed transmission and a 96 or better. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me in the comments, but I think they've only been making it since like 06 and up, which means 96 and a 6-speed. Anyway, in a nutshell, guys, I just want to give you a really quick overview because too many people ask me on a daily basis, you know, what is it with Street Glides? Why are Street Glides so much money? Why do people love Street Glides so much? Even a Street Glide with 40,000 miles on it still brings $10,000 most of the time. That's why. There's a lot of good points to it. If you're into Harleys and you're in the Harley world, it's kind of like the pinnacle and epitome of a Harley-Davidson and what riding a Harley-Davidson is all about and what you can achieve with Harley-Davidson. Unless you're doing major touring, then Ultra Classics, awesome. Also, road glides, for people that like the twin headlight fixed fairing thing, Road glides. I'll do a video on that next time I get a road glide up in here, okay? So for you Harley lovers out there, you probably already knew everything I just covered. For those of you who don't love Harley, that's why Harley people love street glides. That's what it's all about. They're cool, they ride awesome. If you're not a Harley person and you're kind of digging the street glide thing, if you don't want a Harley and you want a bike kind of in that kind of a category, two awesome bikes to look at. And there's more than two, but there's two awesome bikes I would look at, okay? Kawasaki Vaquero, for my Kawasaki fans out there, Vaqueros are awesome too. And Victory Cross Countries. Victory made the cross country just to compete with these things, and those are awesome too. So if you want that kind of a bike, that bagger, low slung with a fairing look, but you just don't want to do a Harley Davidson, check out those two bikes. If you're into Harley Davidsons, street glides are cool. They hold their value. Can't go wrong with it, okay? Just want to cover that real quick for you guys. I'm Alex. Take it easy. Peace.